We've had 8 years of government that is essentially by and for the powerful. And we need to have an economy that works for working Americans. Now, it isn't just what's happened under the Bush administration. We have roots of problems that extend backwards. It's been 30 years, and Tom made reference to this. For 30 years, 80% of the citizens in this nation, standard of living has been flat or declining. Now, we've produced enormous wealth as a nation during that 30-year period, but it is not ending up in the hands of most of our families. Our families are being squeezed now, where wages are stagnant, salaries are stagnant, and everything else is going up in price, and we have all these hidden costs that are being piled on. You know, in fact, this came up in debate the other night with Gordon Smith, and he was talking about how supportive he was of programs to get more boxes of food to families who are struggling. And my response to that was, you know, that's all, you know, that's very humanitarian, it's very, very good, it's very nice. But how about creating an economy that creates jobs? So we have a national economy that is in trouble. And it's in trouble in part because of the trade issues we've been talking about tonight. And I really appreciate the great expertise that all of you have been bringing to this conversation. You know, I used to use this example. If you take the state of Oregon and you pick one city and you say there's going to be no environmental rules and there's going to be no labor rules, then would there be any manufacturing left in any of the rest of the state? And I think anyone with half a mind will say no. Because if I'm an owner of a company and I no longer have to pay people overtime, I no longer have to pay a minimum wage, I no longer have to have workers' compensation, I no longer need to provide any benefits or any vacation, I no longer have to worry about throwing the pollution out of the plant into the stream, then I'm going to make a lot more money. So I'm going to move to that one city in Oregon that doesn't have any rules. Well, this was why when NAFTA was being debated in this country, Ross Perot said, you know what, we pass this, we're going to hear a giant sucking sound of jobs being swept out of our nation for the very same reason. It's exactly the same principle. And so the other night, Gordon Smith, I'm sorry he couldn't join us tonight to be part of this conversation. You know, he said, Jeff is a protectionist. And I asked him, what is wrong? And now here's the thing. He used the term anti-trade. I'm all for trade. I think one country has copper ore, and one has iron ore, and they make different products, and they swap them for mutual benefit. That's a great thing. That's a great thing. But a trade system that is designed on different labor standards and environmental standards to such a degree that it sweeps all the manufacturing jobs out of one country, wipes out the middle class, that doesn't sound like a good deal for America. What is it with this administration? Do they want to sweep every single manufacturing job out of this nation? And I think they do. That's basically it. It's a vision. It is a vision. It is a vision for a lot of wealth for the very few. And a lot of poor people struggling without benefits, without family wage jobs, and just trying to get by. And that may be a vision that some want for this United States of America. But I believe in a vision in which we have a strong middle class, in which every family has a chance to have a living wage jobs with good benefits, where we all become, therefore, better members of our community, able to raise our children in a way that gives them a foundation for life, able to care for those most in need in our society, and we all go forward and improve this nation together with that sort of economic foundation. And that is an America that works for working Americans, and that's what I'm going to fight for.